So I had an interesting thought yesterday when I was doing my speakers and reupholstering up there. I thought about redoing this area. So this morning I got up and I went to Lowe's. I got myself some lumbers. I'm sitting here doing some measurements and whatnot, trying to figure out how to do it. So I figured the best thing to do is get the battery out of the way first, get this guy up, and see where we are from there. Try and figure out what kind of configuration I want to do with this. And so now that I got the battery out, I'm thinking about doing one all the way back up here. I'm going to bolt it down to that little post and then bolt down to that little post. So that'll be one. Another one like right here. That'll be two. And then 3 and 4 where they're located. And then running these guys lengthwise down the patch there. Sorry, my phone case sucks and it keeps popping out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna measure that, cut that, because if I bolt those down in 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, and 4, should be pretty good. Might need to bolt more down, but I think that's how I want to do it. Because the other way, I don't think I have enough lumber, and I'm definitely going to need a support here because I can't go across. One of these things, this thing over here, ripped off when I was trying to pull the trim clip. So the trim clip was stronger than the piece of metal right there, so I'm definitely not going to be, probably just going to bust this guy off. And, I'm going to at least get this guy sanded down. I want to do some stuff in here. Basically want to get this guy built and then clean out the trunk really good. Possibly repaint it while I'm staining this wood. So that's what I'm thinking. Alright, so I got the first one all cut down in there. I don't want to set it down in there because I just got it all sanded, even rounded the corners. Got it nice and sanded and cleaned up. So I'm going to bring them up here. And as I go, I'm just going to stage them on this guy. So that'll be the rear seat going back towards the end of the trunk. So 1 down, 3 to go on those. Alright, that's where I'm at. Got the 4 main ones cut out, sanded down. I need to figure out where I'm going to be putting my mounting holes. I'm going to drill those. And then I got these slats. I got 10 of these. I think they're 6.5 feet tall. So they're going to be going up and down like that, a bunch of them all the way across. My main goal is to have something to bungee cord some stuff down to, but yeah, so that'll be that. I just gotta figure out my holes and whatnot. It was pretty cold and rainy out, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep going or if I'm gonna just wait until tomorrow. Find out. Alright, I got them test fit in here. I was doing some measuring and whatnot, and then I realized that backboard's a little bent. A little bit of warpage to it. Can't really tell on camera, but it's there. So I had to move it forward a little bit, but it's nice and stable right where it is right now. I had it before, it was up here. And just, you can see that's not going to cut it. So I just moved it down just a little bit. Right there, plenty stable. The rest of them where they should be. And yeah, that's going to be that. You got to picture it. Nice and stained. Alright, another beautiful morning. Gearing up to be a gorgeous day, I reckon. Should be able to get most of this guy done. I got some heavy duty trunk bed liner coming for that guy. I'm going to take a trip up to the store later and get some fabric paint for these dudes. Maybe just regular paint for those dudes. And see if I can't get this guy all chopped up and put together and stained. Get this guy thrown back in there because I really want to get the wiring set up and done, because I have a couple of extra batteries, and one of which they're back there somewhere. One of which is like a $300 battery, so I'm going to turn that one into my main battery and then use the one I have for an accessories. So I'm just going to double up, do a dual battery. So for right now, I'm going to get some measurements taken, start dealing with these slats. Alright, got the first 7, which will be the first 14 slats down the middle here. Starting there, they're 1.5 inches wide. We got 30 inches. Here I can get 14 of these suckers on there. Went through and picked out the ones that I thought had the best drainage on them. And once they're sanded, they'll have a nice look to them. Nicer look than, like, say, the backside, which might be just plain Jane or have some big knots in it or whatnot. So yeah, next step is going to be to cut these guys and then drill out the holes for the where I'm going to attach them to the bottom slats down there. I've already got a little bit of a list going for the hardware store, so once I get these cut, I can start drilling and go to the hardware store to get some other stuff to finish, to move on rather, because it's never finished. Hey, so I went to the hardware store, got some stuff for the project, killed some time before I started sawing and waking up my neighbors. So I got some 90-degree 1.5 inches for doing the corners. And I got some self-tapping nuts or bolts for those guys to go into the car, and then I'll use these ones that come with it for going into the side of the wood after I've marked everything off. I got the hinges because once it's all said and done, it will be folding up. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I got grinding stone Dremel because the one that came with it is awesome, and I figured while I was there I might as well grab another one. Really glad I discovered what those are for. I love the color of the orange cream soda. It's very soft color for something that's so damn hard. So before the truck bed liner comes, I got some rusty metal primer for said rusty metal. Sure, you can see it. I'm gonna try and get this cleaned up as good as I can. It has rubberized coating on it, but I'm gonna hit this guy on there before I start dabbing on the 16-ounce half or quart pint or whatever it is I got of the truck bed liner. But for right now, I'm gonna start sawing on these guys, sawing and sanding, getting working. Well, about halfway done here. We've got 6 of the 14, so very kind of tedious. Continuing onward. Oh my god, I'm done. That's just like the beginning little bits. So I've got the 4 main ones, and then the 14 that are going to go down the middle. While I was sanding and all that, put on that rust stop primer all the way down up in there. Got it coated really well. Just did the whole can full on. So I got that guy drying while I'm waiting for the truck bed liner to show up so I can start these dudes. So I'm going to put these guys back in, kind of measure out where I need to put these guys and figure out where I'm going to put the holes. It's going to be the same on all of them, so I just need to figure out one and then I can just transfer them over. So before I start coughing, back to this. Alright, so I got 2 marks here, there, and there for where I'm going to be cutting them or drilling holes. That's kind of what it's going to look like. Obviously I'm going to fill in more here and on the other side, but for right this second, I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. A lot better than I was even expecting it to, so obviously these got to be lined up the same exact holes on all of them, so they'll all be spaced perfectly. So alright, on to the next ones. Alright, so I got a bunch of these guys 8x1 1/4, so I'm going to basically just find corresponding drill bits a little bit smaller than these guys width wise, and then just drill out my markings, make holes, jig holes, I guess. Jigs. Jig. Alright, got a nice clean little hole there. Seems to fit snug and perfect. Just a little bit bigger than the, or a little bit smaller than the screw itself. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of them. Alright, so using those as a pilot to figure out the holes wasn't really working. I was kind of coming off. So I just went in here and individually lined them all up at the very center and then tacked them. I think I'm slowly coming to terms with the fact that this isn't going to look factory JDM. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be mine, but not perfect. Alright, got my first one in. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Looks a little weird, but yeah. Amazon gal just showed up with my trunk liner stuff. This stuff's still a little tacky yet, so I'm gonna hold off on it, but yeah, moving right along. Yeah, got them on there. Just kind of tacked them down, one on the end, one on the top. Got them all spaced out. After I put two down, I realized that that center one isn't going to work for me as far as like spacing it out nice and evenly, because you can see where that one ends right on the end and that one ends. I actually had to bow this one over just a little bit back here. Bow it over just a little bit. You can see it's a little thinner up there than down here because I think I off-centered that. It was totally just eyeballing this shit, so not a big deal. What I was doing was I got it angled out right. Make sure I had a nice 90-degree angle on my first one there and then up there. And then I spaced each one off using just the spacer of whatever this is. I think it's half an inch, 3/4 inch, something. I think it's half an inch. So, whew, yeah. So now I'm just going to go ahead and zip these guys down. Just kind of preliminary stuck them in there. So I can move on to cutting the further ones. Got 3 boards. That should be plenty. I'm gonna have to come up with something that's a little bowy right here. I might add like a brace or something down there. We'll see. I got some extra stuff hanging out over here. All right. Look at that. Look at that. He's in there. One big solid piece. Can still take it out. I am gonna take it out and put the hinges on there. But yeah, that's a big old beefy woody rack right there. Love it. Can't wait to get that thing stained. Alright, so I got it out of the car, and what I wanted to do is cut it. I got this mark on there for cutting it to add the hinges. So I'll be able to get down into the lower compartment, which is where this rug is actually going to live, right down here, and that's going to be blocked off somehow. I was looking at the back of this stuff, the truck bed stuff, and it says 55 degrees minimum, and it's about 50 degrees. So I think I'm going to wait maybe a couple days on that half. So for right now, I do want to stain this guy. I'm debating on whether or not to flame it first with a butane torch, kind of gussy it up a little bit, or if I just want to stain it as is. I'm going to think about that. But in the meantime, I'm going to cut this guy and add the hinges on there. Alright, that was a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be. But I managed to stay pretty much on target throughout. It might be a little off. I got the ruler here. Let's see how freehanding it. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. We're just freehanding it, but yeah. All right, onto the hinges. All right, so got all my hinges on there, and I went ahead. Yeah, went ahead and sanded these guys down. Just gave them a quick little tappy. I got the hinges thrown on, and then got the floor brace mounts on. But as I was doing this, I was going to do this side, but then I realized that if this side is bolted down to the bed of the trunk, and this side is bolted down to the bed of the truck, then how is that going to hinge, since I already cut it? So I'm just going to bolt down that side. I might figure out some kind of like like garage door latch or something, you know how like it closes and then you twist it and you put the locks through there or something like that. Something to keep it together. I'm not sure yet. Then also after I cut this, I realized that it'll be structurally unsound in the center. So I was thinking about taking this piece and sticking it on like that, so that when it closes down, it'll be a little more structurally sound. I'm going to put it back in there and check it out in a minute, but right now I'm going to hit this sucker with some flame torch. My friend Ellie said that she thought it would be pretty fucking cool, so I'm thinking it'd be pretty cool. She thinks it'd be pretty cool. So I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to hit this up with some flamage and see what happens. Alright, so I just got done flaming this dude. Just grabbed a propane torch, lightly hit it up. I think it looks pretty good. Do the other half over there. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to do this in videotape. It takes a bit. I think it's because of the cheap wood. Some pieces like to go a little faster than other pieces. What I was doing is kind of hitting up the tops. Just lightly kind of tapping them. Wherever there's like a bunch of cool grooves right here, be sure to hit them up and also hit up the sides really good. Try to bring out some of that grainage as best I can. Sorry, doing this in filming is a little tough. So I'm just gonna film it. About to run out of this can here. I got another one waiting over there, but I'm trying to use this guy up, obviously. To each their own technique, you know. Customized, personalized. Every sedan's its own. It's like every piece of wood is its own. Trying to get some of the corners a little bit and make it look rusticish. Trying to balance out the whites and the browns. At least that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try and keep hitting the sides, working my way down, trying to get through this bottle, trying to cover this whole thing up. Alright. Flamed. I wasn't going to do the underside, but then I realized that once I'm out in the world, the hinges will be over there. Once I lift it up, people will be able to see, so I might as well. I didn't bother to do the underside on that one, because it'll never get seen. I left it by you right now for the last time ever. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in there. Get everything kind of dry fit. I don't think I'm going to stain it tonight just because I'm cold and tired and I've been out here for like 9 hours, 10 hours, I don't even know. And I still gotta get cleaned up. So I'm going to put this stuff away and then finish the staining tomorrow along with this video, I guess. So getting cleaned up and I'm going to see what it looks like all in there. Alright, it's in there, it's flamed, it's hinged. I was just about to try it and I realized, or set this video back up when I realized I hadn't even tried it yet. Looks like it's got plenty of clearance all the way around. I'm a little nervous because I got it all screwed in. I just still don't know if it's going to open or not. So let's go wide angle. And drum roll. Oh. Scared me for a second. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Oh man, that's nice. Oh, I might sleep out here tonight. Oh, that's sturdy. It's a little weak right here because there's just nothing there. But oh man, that feels so nice. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of latch. Some kind of under latch or something. Holy cow. Wow. To think about something for so long and then to have it come to fruition, even in the slightest. That feels good. I think I done did good today. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this up. Go inside and make something nice and hot and warm to eat. Because it got pretty good today, but it was still pretty cold all day. So there it is.